Hello everyone, this is SR Gadget here, and today I'm going to do a video on installing the trigger guard on my AR lower. I'm going to use my Barrage new knife I got from for Father's Day. Yeah, there you go. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it better, just so you'll know that all my videos are unscripted. I don't write them all down and decide what we'll talk about. I just gonna go off the cuff talking about this trigger guard today. And it's gonna be a short video because it doesn't take long to take this guy and mount him on here. Okay. There's OD green. Hopefully you can see the color. Very good. I got the daylight coming in the window instead of an indoor light. But first, before I go any further, I just want to talk a little about this lower here. You can get a lower two different ways. You can get it as a billet, a lower billet, or you can, that's aluminum block basically is what it is, and everything is machined. All this is machined on the outside, on the inside, and you can get a forged lower. Okay, and this is what this one is. It's a forged lower, and they're both pretty I can say durable. Everything is precisely mil spec machined on both types of lowers. Okay, however, I can tell you that a forged lower is not as strong as a billet. Because I can take a hammer and hit right there, and I guarantee you I can break this tab right off. Okay, now if I were to do that on an aluminum billet and hit it with a hammer, it probably won't break, but it'll bend, but I don't think it would break. So anyhow, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we're going to need to install this trigger guard. Okay, first of all, when you get this one, this is a Magpul. It's OD green, and it comes with this little pin. It's a roll pin, and it also has a little screw. It's a set screw, and the set screw, if you can look at it closely, you're going to see that it has a little bit of blue, what do they call that? It's like a Loctite. It's a blue Loctite. And blue Loctite is used so in case you have to take it out, it'll still come out. If you use the red Loctite, it's almost permanent. Okay. And by the way, I'm going to need this little 1/16 hex wrench to fit in here, so when we go to screw it in, it's actually going to make its own threads in this little plastic piece here. Okay, when it's time to put it in there. One of the things you're going to need is a punch. It's about a 1/8 punch or so. Okay, that's the size that we're going to need to punch this roll pin in. Okay, and I believe this one here is a 1/8 punch. Yeah, okay, yep, this is it. One thing you have to have also, this by the way is my punch that I bought for my Glock, so when I do stuff on my Glock, I have a little punch set here, and I'm gonna go ahead and come over here and take this little hammer out of here and get it out. Things in there pretty good here. Let me get it out with this. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. Okay. I'm going to take this little metal piece off because I'm going to use the metal side instead of the brass to bang that pin in there. Okay. Now one thing that's important is you have to support this. Okay, because this has a step here from here to here, and if you don't support this when you're banging, you could break one of these. So what I did was I made a block. Okay, and I'm going to set this on the block like this. And if you notice, there's a gap here between the block and this here. And what I have is a little, sort of like a coaster that I found. It's made of rubber. I'm going to slide that underneath this here. Okay, that's going to support it while I go ahead and punch the pin in there. One of the things you want to do is get some of this, sort of like a lubricant, light grease. I use this when I clean my Glock, and I'm going to put it together. I put a little bit on the rails. What you want to do is put a little bit on this pin, okay, like that, and just rub it in there a little bit so you can get it going. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and fit this onto here. You move this up higher so you can see it. Okay, that's all I did. This fits onto here, and you go ahead and put the pin, and you can go ahead and get it started if you can. Alright, so you want to bang this in. Okay, when you get close, that's where you're going to want to start using the punch. Okay, there you go. The goal is to get it flush here, and it's flush on the other side there. Okay, alright. Next, on this side here, we're going to go ahead and slide this part into here, and that's what we're going to next. You don't need this block anymore. I guess I can move that over there, and I'm going to put my Allen wrench on here. Go ahead and, oops, wrong side, this side. Go right here. And if you read the instructions, it tells you just to go ahead and screw it in until the top of the screw is flush to the black side over there where the lower is. Screw it right in there. That's it. It's very simple. It's nice and flush here. Pretty much that's it. Doesn't take much to put on a trigger guard, not that hard. Okay. This is not a mil-spec trigger guard, because the mil-spec is actually straight across here, and in place of this screw that I put here, it has a little spring. Okay.